Okay, so there's a bright flash of light emanating from Valerie as it strikes into all of you, as you feel a searing white light hit your wounds, and it kind of unfogs your mind a little bit, healing some of your wounds.
Forgot to target myself.
Yeah, I went ahead and gave you the same amount of healing. Okay, so that'll bring us back to Cade.
Yeah, well, here we go again.
Awesome. Alright. So you shake free from the stun effects. So next turn, you'll be free to resume your actions.
Ooh. He's fighting mad now.
The silent one, he sees Cade is now shaking his head. Valerie is casting magic, and Ghost is almost out of his chair. And you see his tentacles above his mouth are wiggling frantically at this point, as he tries to frantically use his tentacles to bite into Ghost yet again. And that's a miss. Alright, with that, you see him step back, heading back towards the room, or that hallway that he jumped through the opening in the wall through. And he's getting ready to jump through. Alright, Angel, you're up. Alright, you're able to shake off the stun effect yourself. Okay. Pantherin, you're up. As you start to, you're raging and you start frothing at the mouth, very pissed off at this stun effect, as it still has a hold of you. Alright, Ghost, you're up.
Alright. How heavy are these chairs?
They're probably about 15 pounds.
Oh, okay. So, I'll try to take it with me. As I try to stand and rush him with a thrust of my sword.
Alright.
I'm burning 3 psi points to do an additional 3d6 points of damage.
Okay. And that will hit.
Alright, 24 points of damage total.
Alright,
Nice.
with that he wills back at you, and you hear him screaming in your head, "Fool, you've ruined everything."
I want to laugh like he did me earlier. Mind to mind.
Alright, that brings us to Valerie.
I'm just looking to see if I have another spell with just a verbal component.
Or, if you can't, you could always try and use a strength check to try and bust through the clasps on the chair.
I'm going to attempt to blind it.
Oh, nice. Okay, so he needs to make a Constitution savings throw. What is your DC? I assume it's going to be higher than 6, right, Valerie?
I'm not sure where I'm looking.
See, your spell DC should be, I think it's like 8 plus your proficiency plus your ability modifier.
That's 15. Oh, yes, 15.
Alright, so he fells as a blindness comes over him. So let me mark him with that. Okay, so that'll bring us to Cade.
Okay, feeling himself released from the grip of the creature, he begins twirling his... Where is it located in position in relation to, like, the table?
From where you're at, he is about 40 feet away on the opposite end of the room.
Is he standing near the table?
He is actually standing next to the wall where the painting he moved and jumped through to get into there. He's right outside of that.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is, while spinning his staff, Cade is going to start running, leap up onto the table, run across it and jump, and spending a Kai point to do his flurry of blows. He's going to open up with a couple flying kicks, and then as he comes down, crack his staff down on the head of this creature, or at least attempt to do so.
Okay.
So first I'll do the kicks. Wait, why am I...
Why are you up? You get advantage because he's blind.
Oh, okay. I was confused and I thought I'd accidentally clicked something wrong. Okay, so those both hit?
Yep.
And now for the... as he's landing, coming down in a crouch, giving one last crack with his staff on this creature's head. Seriously. And that 2 couldn't be a 1, of course.
No.
Oh wait, my bad, I forgot I also have my extra attack. So, as he misses with the strike, the staff striking the wall next to the creature's head, the momentum kicking it back, he's going to continue with that to drive the staff against the creature's knee.
Okay.
And then that will be it.
Right. He's reeling from that assault as he's blind all of a sudden. He's trying to hop through the opening, but now that he's blind, he's kind of awkwardly hopping into the wall, missing the opening. And he spins around, waving his tentacles as he is trying to attack anything in the area. and he brutally fells. Well, Butterfingers won't really work with his tentacles, but he definitely misses as he tries to shoot his tentacles at whoever's close, and he misses. Alright, Anhel, you're up. You are sitting at the table.
Okay,
Your hands are bound to the chair.
How far away is he?
He's 30 feet away.
Okay, he's in range then. So I'll enter a rage. I will stand up and I will charge at him, leading with my shoulder.
Okay, so you're going to
Smash him
stand
into the
up
wall.
and charge him while you're strapped to the chair?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check on that. Alright, you're able to crash into him. I'll let you roll a d6 for damage plus whatever your strength bonus is.
So I'll be 4.
Okay. Let's see here. And in doing so, your left hand, the clasp holding your left hand busts loose. So you're only strapped to the chair with your right hand. Alright, anything else?
No, I think that's about all I could do, really.
Alright, Pantherin, you're up. Damn. Still not enough to shake through. Alright, Ghost, you're up.
Alright, who's nearest me as far as allies?
Kate is there next to you as well as Anhelm.
Okay. Is Anhelm still restrained?
To his right hand, yes.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to cut through that restraint.
Alright.
Oh, I was only supposed to roll once.
Yeah, that's fine. You're able to bust through. Anhelm, you are now free of the chair. Alright, anything else, Ghost?
No, that'll end my turn.
Alright, Valerie, you're up.
I'll attempt to break my bonds.
Okay, go ahead and do a strength check. Alright, you struggle against the restraints, but it's unsuccessful at this point. Alright, Cade, you're up.
Okay, he's going to focus on the creature's knee, first striking with his staff.
Oh, nice.
Now, where do I hit to roll critical for the damage?
Hold the shift button down when you roll your damage. That is a killing blow, so go ahead and describe that.
Okay, so as he takes a step back, he swings his staff around, first connecting with the creature's knee, dropping it as he continues the momentum, twirling the staff with his fingers, catching it, and smacking it down on top of the creature's head.
Right, so the foe is dead, and shortly thereafter, Pantherin is able to finally shake loose of the hold that was on him.
I will never sit in a chair again.
Well, I suppose I can't consider him an ally anymore.
Yeah, Ghost is going to have some explaining to do, that's for sure.
Cleaving into this bastard's head. Not eating my brain.
So it's probably safe to say that all your information has been incorrect.
Not sure. I have to contact the Ice Queen and see what's going on. It's possible that they fell apart. The Silent One turning against the Ice Queen.
So was there 2 enemies?
Nope, there was just the one, the Silent One.
Okay.
Of course, there was the butler running around in the mansion somewhere, but you haven't seen him since you closed the door.
Heaven knows where we are.
Is it still dark outside the windows?
Yes, it is.
Can somebody help me get free of this chair?
Yeah, Ghost will go over there with his blade of force and try to cut the bindings on Valerie.
While he's doing that, Kate is going to go to the door and see if it'll open and peek out into the hall.
Alright, so Ghost, you break free the bonds that were holding Valerie, while Cade goes over to the door. The door seems to be locked, and Pantherin, as he rages from his, he's probably pissed, as you rip the bindings off of the chair.
I tear the chair to shreds.
Right, so looks like everyone is free. So, and Cade, the door is locked.
I glance back over my shoulder to Ghost. This is locked. Can you do something about that?
Did he come from behind this picture?
Yeah.
Have a look behind the picture, Keith.
Alright, Anhelm, you look through the opening where that picture was, and you see a small room in there. Also, oddly enough, the walls are made out of some type of weird substance. As you look in there, it almost looks like it's pulsating. On the far side of the small room in there, it's a small, probably 5x5 room. There's a little lever on the far end of the room.
I think you should come and take a look at this. Well, everyone really. I don't think we're anywhere normal.
Follow him.
Alright, so you all look in and you see the walls pulsating. Kind of a, it almost looks like the walls are made of some type of a flesh material that are pulsing. it feels a bit humid inside that room.
So it's actual flesh with blood running through it and things.
It looks like it, yes.
Do I have any idea what kind of spell you could use to make something like this?
I have no idea either.
So what are you all wanting to do at this point?
Well, I don't like the idea of stepping into that room.
So, we're still stuck in this room?
Yeah.
Yep.
And this lock on the door, is it a conventional lock?
Yeah, it looks like a conventional lock.
Okay, what would it take for me to attempt to pick that lock?
Just make a dexterity check with proficiency.
I'll search the silent one, see if he's got a key or anything on him anyway.
How do I roll a dexterity check with proficiency?
I believe you're already proficient with dexterity. Make a regular dexterity check.
23.
Alright. You hear the tumblers in the lock click into place as the lock opens. About that time, as Anhelm is searching the body of the Silent One, you do find a key.
Nice. I shrug it off and open the door.
Show off.
Alright. You open the door and you see a hallway made out of a fleshy material, like what you saw on the other side of the room, where that small room was. And the hallway goes in about 10 feet, and it looks like it turns to the right. And the walls are pulsating.
I think it's time to get out of this place, huh?
Have any of you guys been here before?
No.
No.
Ghost might have, and if you could, we can. Is it to put his mask on long enough? Maybe he'll tell us.
No, I've only spoke to these people telepathically. There's one door.
The door you opened. And then you see the hallway. There is another opening in the other side of the room where the mind flayer had stepped through. That little 5x5 room. That little lever on the other side.
Oh, that's the way I want to go.
Yeah, no, is that for the hand parts on the chairs, or is it for moving the room? If the lever's for moving the room, it means it's got to be activated from inside the room we were in.
So what do you want to do?
Sorry, what does the lever do?
We don't know.
Would
My
you,
first guess would be the chair, but the only way to find out for sure is to trip it and see what happens.
Yeah, if it is the room and someone's in there when it's tripped, the room will move, and they'll be stuck in the room, won't they?
So would like.
If we
So
examine the windows, do they appear shuttered or?
I'm going. Can I use perception to check out that area he came from to see if I can find any creases in the walls or anything? Maybe this lever opens a secret door.
yeah, you're gonna step in there and check it out.
Sure, I'm pretty good at making bad decisions.
Okay, so you check in the walls for that. Give me a search or investigation check. And then Valerie, what were you doing with
I want to look them and see if shutters have been closed outside, or if it's, you know, if it's normal glass, if I can open the windows, anything like that.
Alright, you stroll over to the windows, and it looks dark outside the windows. Does look like you can open the window though.
Open it.
Alright, so you open the window, and you look out, and you see some of that dark, fleshy material on the outside of it.
Yes.
Oh, you really put us in it this time, Ghost.
I did, didn't I?
Alright, Ghost, you step into the room, and your feet kind of sinks with a squishing sound. It's real humid. As you run your hands along the walls and whatnot, looking for any secret doors, you do run into a panel on the right wall, and it's got 4 lines across with a mixture of different bumps, and it's about level with your face.
Well, that's kind of scary looking. But what's life without taking chances? I'm going to duck so it's no longer level with my face and pull the lever.
Alright. So, you pull the lever, and all of a sudden everyone hears some loud knocking sounds coming from the other side of the door on the other side of the room. The doors that were locked all of a sudden slam shut, and you feel a sense of vertigo. Ghost, you look back and you see that the room is rapidly rising. What would you like to do? Are you going to stay there and hold the lever while that room moves up?
No, I'm going to use an ability, if possible, it's, where was it? I seen it earlier. Cunning action, if possible, to attempt to use my tumble to dive into the room as it's rising.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Alright, you're able to dive through the opening as it's rising, and the room continues moving, and eventually there's some light coming through the windows, and then there's a loud banging sound, and then the movement stops. It appears that you're back topside again. The door that the butler had come through is currently closed.
Alright. I'll politely open the door.
Alright, as you open the door, you notice the butler lying down on the floor. He appears to be unconscious, and you see a small worm on the ground next to where his ear was, kind of wiggling and writhing about on the floor.
And I was going to tell him the boss said he's fired. I guess he already knows that. I'm going to step on the worm.
Alright, your mind is filled with a loud screaming sound as the worm telepathically shrieks, and then it goes still.
Alright. I'm gonna close my eyes in concentration and in my mind once more call out to the Ice Queen.
And you're met with silence.
So I think they were still aligned. They both tried to turn on me. Now she needs to die.
Alright, looking at the time, I didn't realize we are definitely past the time, so we'll go ahead and try and wrap it up here. Let's see here. So you definitely foiled his plans. And the silent one, as you probably want to check out the mansion, so you do so. And you find about another half-dozen humanoids about the room. All of them are unconscious with a writhing worm that you probably step on and kill. They eventually all come to later down the road, letting you know that something took control of their minds and their bodies, and they weren't able to control themselves for quite some time. Ghost, you eventually find out the silent one, he was controlling the Thieves Guild from the shadows, so to speak. He would communicate to everyone using telepathy. A bunch of the people that you run into are, you eventually find out, are aligned with the Thieves Guild. So this was sort of the Thieves Guild headquarters here.
Do we find any Moon Lily?
You did find a treasure vault that so happens to have had a few leaves of Moon Lily available.
I think I'll lay claim to this this guild. Blah.
How are we going to kill Flash Salah?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How do you kill Salah? Basement.
How do you get there?
How do you kill basement? The flesh downstairs that's beneath this.
Oh, what was it?
I don't think you do. You just inhabit it or ignore it.
It appears that that area down there, you find there is a lever that lowers this dining room up and down into the Mind Flayer's actual lair. Down below, you guys probably explored it as well as you went back down and found a pool that he would essentially live in. You found a bunch of little worm-like tadpoles in there that he probably used to contaminate people, to take control of their thoughts and minds. And I imagine you probably killed them.
Ask the servants how long it's like this and what happened to the original master of the house.
You find out that the old master that used to own it, he used to be the guild master for the Thieves Guild as well. He used to be a noble, that the silent one eventually he ate his brain, basically killing him, and took control of his identity.
Keith, in searching this place, did I find any information telling me anything about the Ice Queen? Whether their pact was destroyed or if it still remains intact?
Unfortunately, when you're looking, you find a journal, and it's got 4 lines of bumps on it, and you don't have any way of translating what's in there. It's written in the language of the Mind Flayer.
Okay. So I think we need to dispose of those elves that's taken residence at Cade's. I don't trust them anymore.
Yes, there is that, and there's also this werewolf.
Yes, and I need to make this cure disease potion so that we don't have extra werewolves adding to the problem.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So, Valerie, you go about. You take the materials to the wizard, Lord Rain, who oversees you. Do it to make sure that you brew it correctly, and you're able to administer the potion to all the lumberjacks, curing their lycanthropy.
I suppose I'll quit carrying this chair around now and cut it free from my arm.
Yep. Alright, so we'll cut it there. I went ahead and divvied up the XP. It looked like some of you probably leveled up, as well as some of the coin that you found. And we'll end the session. We'll go through our wrap-up. So we'll start with Ghost, work our way over to Pantherian. Just say a little something about what you liked, what you didn't like about the session, and how it went.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I gotta admit I was a little frustrated when we were all restrained at the beginning of the first encounter we had, but at least it wasn't overly hard to get free. I can see why you did that. I mean, altogether, if we wasn't restrained, we would have wiped that guy out pretty quick. I like the role-playing. I think we all did a good job. So, despite the massive amount of role-playing, I think all in all, it was a good game. I liked it. Thanks, Keith.
Thank you. Alright, Cade.
I'm Dennis, the player of Cade. I really enjoyed the session tonight. I think it was a little longer than we normally go, but it seemed to go by really quick. I liked being able to take time in the beginning just to role play for the characters that knew each other, to spend time together, and then of course bring the new characters in what seemed a pretty natural way. I liked that you kind of made it interesting by presenting different questions to the different players, just to add a little spice to it. It seemed to bring up the immersion. Yeah, it was kind of a tough battle at the end there, but it made sense that this creature would go in that fashion. I thought I had gotten lucky when I got up from the chair, but was not so lucky when it came to dealing with the powers of the creature. But I really enjoyed it. if anything, the only thing I would say is if I don't know how it was originally set up. If it probably hadn't taken so long in the beginning, we may have had more chance to do exploring in the house or whatever, but that's not really a complaint. I mean, it just goes different ways. Like I said, I really liked the beginning part of being able to get into the characters and get that immersion going and have a little bit different venture of having to think and investigate rather than just totally unleash combat and everything. So I really enjoyed it.
Cool, thanks. Alright, Anhel.
Yeah, enjoyed tonight. It was different to what we've done before. The extra role playing was really good. Time has flown past, that's for sure. It was definitely different, and well, you know, so we got zonked out at the beginning of the fight. These things happen, don't they? We had some terrible rolls in the first roll of saves, so that's what it is. But yeah, it's really good. Enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, those were some pretty horrible saving throws in the beginning. Alright, Valerie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the session. It's been a great introduction, and yeah, I especially, of course, liked having lots to do with the lycanthropy. Yes, it's been a really great session, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Cool. Alright. And then Pantheran.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good first session, getting to know people and getting to know how everybody plays. I think that's the biggest key in group play is seeing how you mesh with others. I think this is a good group. I think it's got a lot of potential for a lot of fun in the future. As far as adventure, I thought the adventure was pretty fun. I mean, you took all of our strengths away from us right away, which was fun because it's a challenge that way. You got to try and figure out how to get over the stunned. I really enjoyed that portion of it. I'm used to more combat, so I wasn't used to all the role playing as much, but that was different as well. So overall, I liked it. I do have a question, though. On my class and level for next level, it has 0. Does that calculate automatically, or is that something I got to put in there?
Oh, for the next level, you have to manually put in the next level range.
And that's going to be in my player's handbook, right?
Correct. Yeah, and going back to the combat, usually I set up a lot more combats. Everyone else will tell you it's usually really challenging as far as the combats. This time I wanted to do a little bit more role-playing to help bring you guys in and get you adjusted to the party and what was going on and get climatized correctly.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been an interesting as well when somebody who they think is an ally turns out not to be an ally, to suddenly see everyone in that situation.
Gotcha.
Keith, I'm a little confused about the experience points. I'm showing 10,992.
Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Give me a
I'm
second.
showing 10,450.
Oh, wow. One of those updates must have wiped out the previous well, Anhelm's is okay.
Mine appears alright as well.
Okay. So basically, Anhelm and Cade, yours is correct. The review, what it is what we're going to have to do is add that experience point total you have to what you would have had at level 8, which is 34,000. And that'll put you at the right XP total. So in other words, like if I'm looking at Pantherian, he's got 10,450. We're going to add 34,000 to it. and that'll be your XP total. So it looks like you're
Okay,
just shy of level 9.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me do Valerie's. So Valerie is just a few thousand shy of level 9 as well.
Thanks.
Ghost.
I correct
You already did.
okay.
Okay. Cool. Alright. So, do you guys have any other questions before we head off?
No, sir. Thanks for the session.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thanks to everyone. It's been great fun.
Do I have any trouble establishing myself as the new guild master of this place?
No, you're able to pretty much take it over.
Excellent.
Yeah, so get me your plans for your guild and we'll merge that in. So you can take over.
First off, excellent. First off, my first act as master of this guild is to send one of my rogues to Burnside Inn to meet with the golden-haired elves and tell them that I have the information that they're waiting for, and to bring them back here to meet with me.
Nice. Okay.
Once they arrive, I'll have them apprehended, bound, and waiting for our meeting.
Okay. And I'm sure you probably go through your torturous methods and everything. And you come to find out they don't actually know who this Silent One was. They were waiting for a contact from the Ice Queen.
Okay. I'll ask Cade that if anyone comes seeking the elves, to send them here. But the elves are waiting for them under my care.
Very well.
Alrighty. So I guess that's it until the next session.
Okay, night, guys.
Good night.
Nice.
Thanks
Bye.
for joining us.
Yes, thank you guys. Good day.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Yes, Mr. Truman. Yeah, that was some pretty good role-playing tonight.
Yeah, I like that. It all came together pretty good. We all got to get into that pretty well, establish some characteristics for our characters and stuff there, bring out a little more personality.
Yeah, I didn't want another repeat of that last session.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Have you heard anything from him since